Hey there, and welcome back. We're diving into OpenAI's O1 today.
And wow, the reports he sent over
Yeah,
have got me seriously impressed.
it seems like O1 can do it all,
Writing complex code.
helping businesses navigate major crises.
It's definitely causing a stir,
Yeah.
and for good reason.
The real game changer with O1 is its focus on reasoning.
Oh.
We're not just talking about recognizing patterns like some previous models,
O1 can actually analyze information,
and explain its thought process.
which opens up a whole new world of possibility.
Okay, so let's unpack this,
You got two reports here,
outlining O1's potential applications.
and they span a pretty diverse range.
Coding, business, healthcare.
Even legal and research fields.
So before we jump into the specifics, paint a picture for us.
What are some of the key takeaways from these reports?
Well, both reports highlight O1's ability to not just process information,
But to actually understand it.
and apply that understanding to solve complex problems.
That's a pretty significant leap forward.
That's putting it mildly.
Let's start with something I think a lot of people can relate to.
Coding.
Sure.
I'm reading here that O1 has helped people with zero coding experience.
Build a 3D first-person shooter game.
I mean, I can barely handle a PowerPoint presentation.
It's pretty remarkable.
Imagine having an idea for a game,
And being able to bring it to life.
even if you don't know the first thing about coding.
That's the kind of barrier O1 is breaking down.
And it's not just for beginners either.
Okay.
The reports mention experienced coders using O1 to build a fully functional iOS weather app.
In under 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Seriously.
I'm starting to feel a little inadequate here.
But that brings up a good point.
If experienced coders are using this.
It can't just be about simplifying things for beginners.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
O1 also helps visualize complex coding concepts.
Which is incredibly valuable for both learning and teaching,
There's an example in one of the reports.
where it helped someone understand how transformers work,
These are basically the building blocks.
behind language models like GPT itself.
Okay, so for those of us who aren't fluent in AI jargon,
What exactly is a transformer?
and why is visualizing it so helpful?
Think of a transformer as a complex network.
That analyzes and processes language,
Visualizing it allows you to actually see how information flows through the model.
making it much easier to grasp the underlying mechanic.
It's like the difference between reading a description of an engine and actually seeing a diagram of how all the parts work together.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
It's like having X-ray vision into the AI's brain.
So we've seen how O1 can help with coding.
But what about its applications in the business world?
One scenario that caught my eye,
Involved a smartphone company.
facing a supply chain crisis,
That's a great example.
of how O1 can provide real-world solutions.
Do incredibly complex problems
Imagine a scenario.
where a company is dealing with a semiconductor chip shortage, a critical component for smartphones.
In a region facing political instability.
That's a nightmare scenario for any business.
It sounds like a recipe for disaster.
So how did O1 help in this situation?
O1 analyzed all the available data, the geopolitical climate, the severity of the shortage,
The company's existing supply chain.
and its financial standing.
Then it generated a multifaceted crisis management plan.
This wasn't just about finding a temporary fix
It was about understanding the bigger picture
and developing a strategy to mitigate risks.
and ensure the company's long-term stability.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's like having a brilliant strategist on call 24/7.
But it's not just about rescuing multinational corporations, is it?
Right.
The reports also mention O1 assisting with personal business decisions.
Like evaluating side hustle ideas.
That seems incredibly relevant in today's entrepreneurial landscape.
Absolutely.
What's interesting here is that O1 takes a personalized approach.
You can input your specific circumstances,
Yeah.
your job, your financial situation, your family commitments.
And it will analyze all of that to provide tailored advice.
It's like having a personal business coach.
Who knows you inside and out?
Okay, so you're telling me this AI can help me finally launch?
That underwater basket weaving business I've been dreaming of.
Well, I can't promise it'll turn you into the next basket weaving mogul.
But it can certainly help you evaluate the viability of your idea
It's all about providing you with the information you need.
to make informed decisions.
I like the sound of that.
Okay, let's move on to what might be the most intriguing application of O1.
Healthcare.
Okay.
The reports suggest that O1 is capable of analyzing medical data.
And even assisting with diagnoses.
That's both exciting and a little unnerving, isn't it?
It definitely raises some important questions.
About the future of healthcare.
The reports cite instances where O1 outperformed previous AI models.
in diagnosing complex medical conditions.
And it's clear that this technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we approach healthcare.
So are we talking robot doctors taking over hospitals?
Not quite,
It's crucial to remember that O1 is a tool,
and a powerful one at that.
but it's not meant to replace medical professionals.
The real value lies in its ability to assist doctors
In making faster, more accurate diagnoses.
and developing more effective treatment plans.
That makes sense.
It's about augmenting human expertise.
Not replacing it.
What about personalized health insights?
Can O1 actually give me useful advice based on my lifestyle?
Potentially.
Imagine inputting data about your diet.
Exercise habits, sleep patterns.
Maybe even your genetic predispositions.
O1 could analyze all of that.
And suggest personalized lifestyle changes.
Or flag potential health risks. It's like having a personal health consultant sifting through all that data to give you insights you might not even have considered.
That's incredible. From personalized medicine to helping us decode the complexities of contract law.
O1 seems to have an answer for everything.
Speaking of contracts, I have to admit.
That section of the reports almost put me to sleep.
Really?
Can you make contract law exciting for us?
Think about it this way.
Contracts are the backbone of countless business deals.
And even small errors.
Can have huge financial repercussions.
Okay.
Now imagine having an AI that can analyze these complex documents
Like share purchase agreements.
with absolute precision.
Okay, so it can proofread better than your average grammar enthusiast. But what makes O1's approach to contract review so revolutionary?
It's not just about catching typos.
O1 can actually understand the language of the contract.
Ensuring consistency, accuracy,
And even spotting those sneaky numerical errors.
that can cost companies millions.
Wait, catching errors worth millions?
Now you're speaking my language.
How does that work exactly?
It all comes down to O1's ability to cross-reference.
And connect the dots.
For instance, it can compare the numbers in a cap table
Basically, a breakdown of a company's ownership structure.
with the shareholder agreement to make sure everything adds up.
Hold on, cap table?
You're going to have to break that one down for those of us
Right.
who don't speak fluent legalese
Of course. Think of a cap table as a snapshot.
of who owns what in a company
It outlines the different types of shares, who holds them.
and how much they're worth
O1 can make sure the information in the cap table aligns perfectly,
with what's stated in the shareholder agreement.
eliminating any discrepancies that could lead to costly disputes down the line.
So it's like having an incredibly detail-oriented legal eagle on your team.
Ensuring that every T is crossed and every I is dotted.
No more sleepless nights poring over contracts.
Precisely. And this isn't just a futuristic fantasy.
Law firms are already incorporating O1 into their workflows
Using it alongside tools like Spellbook?
to streamline the entire contract review process.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. This technology is light years ahead.
Of anything I could have imagined.
Before we move on to our final category research, I have to ask,
Are there any limits to what O1 can do?
well, while O1 is incredibly powerful,
It's important to remember that it's still a tool
it can process information, identify patterns,
and generate solutions at an unprecedented speed.
but it relies on the data it's trained on.
Okay.
The quality of the output depends on the quality of the input.
So it's a case of garbage in, garbage out.
You could say that.
O1's strength lies in its ability to synthesize information,
And present it in a meaningful way.
but it can't invent new knowledge or solve problems.
That require human intuition and creativity.
That's a good point. Speaking of pushing the boundaries of knowledge.
Let's talk about O1's potential in the realm of research.
Okay.
This is where things get really mind-boggling.
One user claimed that O1 completed a task in 1 hour.
That took them a year during their PhD research. A year.
It's certainly a testament to O1's processing power.
While we need more context on that particular case,
What type of research, the complexity of the task,
it highlights O1's ability to analyze vast data sets.
and identify patterns at an incredible speed,
It's like having a super-powered research assistant
capable of sifting through mountains of data.
and uncovering hidden gems of insight.
But let's be realistic, not every research project is going to experience
A year-long task being condensed into an hour.
Right.
What kind of impact is O1 having on research in a more practical sense?
Well, imagine a researcher trying to identify trends in climate data, for example.
O1 can analyze decades worth of data points.
Uh-huh.
Temperature fluctuations, precipitation patterns, sea level changes.
From around the world, far more quickly and efficiently than any human could.
The This allows researchers to identify connections, develop hypotheses.
And potentially even predict future climate events with greater accuracy.
So while it might not be replacing human researchers entirely,
It's definitely becoming an invaluable tool in their arsenal.
right,
Are there any other fields where O1's impact on research is particularly noteworthy?
absolutely.
In drug discovery, O1 is being used to analyze the molecular structures,
Of thousands of potential compounds.
helping researchers identify those most likely to be effective against specific diseases,
This can significantly speed up the drug development process,
potentially leading to breakthroughs in the treatment of everything.
from cancer to Alzheimer's.
That's incredible. It seems like we're on the cusp of a new era of scientific discovery.
With O1 acting as a catalyst for progress across countless fields, from revolutionizing coding to supercharging research, O1
I
seems...
think it's poised to reshape the world as we know it,
Right.
with all this talk of AI-powered advancements.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype
Sure. Let's step back for a moment.
and consider the bigger picture.
Okay.
What does the widespread adoption of O1 mean?
For the average person, should we be excited?
Terrified or somewhere in between?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Hmm.
Um,
I think it's natural to feel a mix of excitement and apprehension.
when you're confronted with such transformative technology,
Yeah.
on the one hand,
O1 has the potential to solve some of our most pressing problems.
from developing life-saving treatments,
To mitigating the impacts of climate change,
it can automate tedious tasks, unlock new levels of efficiency.
and even push the boundaries of human creativity.
It's like we're standing on the edge of a new frontier.
Full of possibilities.
Yeah, I imagine there are challenges as well.
What are some of the potential downsides?
We need to be mindful of as O1 becomes more integrated into our lives
One consideration.
is the potential impact on the job market.
Okay.
As AI systems like O1 become more sophisticated,
They'll inevitably automate tasks.
that have traditionally been performed by humans,
Uh-huh.
this could lead to job displacement in certain sectors
Which is a valid concern.
that needs to be addressed proactively,
So it's not just about robots taking our jobs.
but rather about understanding how the nature of work itself might evolve.
Exactly.
Throughout history, technological advancements have always disrupted the job market.
But they've also created new industries, new roles.
And new ways of working that we couldn't have envisioned before.
Think about the rise of the internet.
Right.
It may have displaced some jobs.
But it also gave birth to countless others.
In fields like software development, digital marketing, e-commerce.
And social media.
Yeah.
The key is to adapt.
And evolve alongside these technological shifts.
That makes sense.
Instead of fearing change, we should focus on embracing the opportunities it presents.
Right.
What are some skills or areas of expertise?
That you see becoming increasingly valuable in an O1-powered world.
Skills that complement AI.
Like critical thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence, and complex problem solving.
Will be more important than ever.
These are areas where humans still hold a distinct advantage.
And they'll be essential for navigating the ethical, social...
and economic implications of widespread AI adoption.
So rather than trying to compete with AI...
we should focus on honing the uniquely human skills
that allow us to collaborate with...
and leverage these powerful tools effectively.
Right. Precisely.
It's about finding that synergy
Between human ingenuity and artificial intelligence.
to create a future that benefits everyone.
That's a great note to end on. It seems like the future of O1
And AI in general.
is less about a man versus machine scenario.
And more about a collaborative journey of discovery and progress.
Absolutely. The most important thing is to approach this new era.
With a healthy dose of curiosity, critical thinking.
And a willingness to adapt and learn as these technologies continue to evolve.
Well said. And to our listeners,
We'd love to hear your thoughts. What excites you most about the potential of O1?
what concerns you? Join the conversation and let us know. Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep learning.
And keep diving deep into the world around you.